was burning. The clouds red with twisted fire. Lightning moving across them. And they descended upon everything. Like a furious battle between God and Satan, good and evil. Like a fire vortex.
Well, hello, folks. Welcome back to more SGL action. Season 9, we're in match day 2. For tonight, we have Emerald City Eternal taking on the Locals. And as you'll remember last week, Locals didn't do so hot, but honestly, neither did EC Eternal. They're both sitting on 0 points. The only difference was that Eternal had a bye. So, Locals are looking for their first points, as are Eternal, and someone's going to get points tonight, guaranteed. It could be both teams, possibly, but someone's going to walk away with 4 points. Let's actually look at the standings, if we can, really quick. There we are. So for Premier League, we've got El Matador, Timbers Army, and KC Cauldron tied at the lead with 4 points. Some tiebreakers shaking out the way they do. El Matador is going to take it. Timbers Army is going to be in second, and KC Cauldron in third. At least it's visible to my eyes because they dropped one game. And then it's your own ECRC in fourth. EC Eternal right there in fifth, who's the team we're looking at right now, taking on the Locals. And then the Rebellion kind of tied at the bottom there. In the championship, we just saw Steel Army play recently against EM Big Dogs, if I'm not mistaken. Really interesting matchup that was. Axe and Rose at the bottom with only 0 points. That's interesting. We're going to hope to see them get off onto a strong foot here, as their perfect mirror in Timbers Army is actually doing really, really well this season so far. So I know they probably want to keep up with their buds. Black and Gold Old Timers kind of had a rough start. So shockingly, I'm definitely expecting them to be, shooting up the table. Los Verdes, depending on who they field, I think we're going to see either a strong team for the championship or a not so strong team, just depending. EC Defiance, you're pretty much gonna get the same thing every time. We've got 4 players on the squad, all of very similar talent levels. So really, rain shine, it's gonna be the same gameplay. EM Big Dogs, another squad where you don't necessarily know what you're gonna get. I know Luis called out a bit of lineup tomfoolery where they didn't maybe field their strongest squad all the time, and that cost them a couple points. And then, of course, Steel Army, what is there to say? You've got Debit himself leading the charge, and they're definitely a force to be reckoned with. I got to see a couple of their games, and they dominate like absolute crazy. But let's go back to the Premier League. On this side of things, Eternal, who really knows what we're going to get? If I had to look ahead, I think we're going to get Christmas, Bizbo, and Spanky tonight. All really talented players, but not necessarily one that stands out head and shoulders above that's going to carry. So again, this is almost an EC Defiance type squad where they've got a unit and they need a strong strategy. They can't really rely on one player to pop off. Unless that player might be Christmas. He's probably the most mechy player in the lobby tonight. Maybe outside of Mechy Ducky. Ironically enough. But at least on his own squad on EC Eternal, he's definitely the most mechanical. On the other side of things, we've got the Locals. Of course, you've got Mechy Ducky, the early MVP GOAT from last season. Doughboy, who's been making the graphics for this season. Shout out to him. And it's probably going to be Dr. Aquatic. So we'll see. I'm assuming that's the front three. It looks like we're just missing Spanky. So whenever he's good to go, I think we are. So yeah, I mean, whenever we're ready to go, I think we're good for it. So settle in, folks. Let me look at chat. I'm sure someone's yelling at me. There's Luis. We've got Christmas. Lock in Christmas. It's go time. Nelly and GFC Raider. I actually don't know that one. I don't know that one. New guy, or am I just not paying enough attention? One of those two. So, early predictions. I'm actually gonna say, oof, okay. I'm gonna say EC Eternal takes it in game 5, because I really, really wanted this one to go all the way. We haven't had a game 5 yet this season, and I think this has the potential. As the countdown goes, kickoff comes in. It looks like a slight win for EC Eternal on the kickoff. Christmas with an early whiff defending, coming back to goal. I know I talked about that earlier, where it's tough to know what your teammates want. Do you want them to get involved with defending coming back, or just, you know, pull out of the challenge and leave that to your comrades? Early opportunities going their way. Bizbo's last back. He looks like he has plenty of time, but if that ball had more pace, I think it's going to go a very different way. Meki Ducky getting caught a little bit on the wall. He looks comfortable enough coming back. Rotations looking solid. Spanky has a mistouch, leading an opportunity to none other than Meki Ducky over to Dr. Aquatic, and that's a great start for the locals. Less than a minute gone. Christmas gets a defensive touch, but it's honestly more of a dish. Not what he wants to do. Got to clear the corners. Unable to do so, and they're down by 1. Doughboy finding himself with space. Is it a pass? Is it a shot? It's a Schross. Nothing coming from it. Spanky launches his car forward into an early demo attempt. Unsuccessful so far. Double commit coming out of EC Eternal. That might be some of the early chemistry issues. I don't know how much they've played together coming into the season. I've seen them occasionally in chat hanging out. But honestly, are they playing Rocket League? Who knows? Bizbo's last back. Can he settle comfortably? He settles, but maybe not comfortably. Oh, a flick around 1, a flick around 2. Nobody wanted to go forward for that one. Awkward enough. Probably not wise to leave 2 defending. Meki Ducky with a favorable 50 just clatters it off the blue sidewall. Christmas solo play forward doesn't pay off. Spanky's a bit hesitant to come forward for that one. Leading to a chance for the locals. Good defensive play from Bizbo. Doughboy's being patient. Bizbo's being patient. A slight beat. Meki Ducky gets 1.5. No full chances coming for either side. Oh my gosh. A defensive lapse almost leading to a great chance for the Eternal crew. Everybody in blue has like 0 boost. Bizbo's finally found a full pad coming off the sidewall. Can he catch that touch? No. It's a little bit dicey for the Eternal side right now. 2 minutes to go, down by 1. There's still plenty of time, of course. It's 1 goal, but looking at chances, there have not really been that many. Bizbo into Meki Ducky. It's good enough defensive work, forcing a double commit. But man, the Eternals are not really getting anything going their way. That's a smashly pass back to absolutely nobody. That's how you know they're part of the Seattle crew. Ball over the top. Doughboy with a last-second clearance. That's worth a goal right there. Ball in. Christmas gets the goal. Oh, that was fantastic. Let's see this. Bizbo off the wall. Comes underneath it to pop it up and gets the bump on Meki Ducky. I mean, that has to belong to Bizbo. Christmas with a finish. He's going to get the points, but props. There's Rip Shark in chat. We've got Dev New. Is that Devin possibly? good to see a bunch of people came out for this one tonight. Depending on your time zone, it could be pretty late. Oh, ball in. Spanky. Solid clearance. Mecky Ducky. That was fantastic. The clearance was good, but he couldn't get the follow-up. Doughboy hits a great pass down to Mecky Ducky, and Christmas is caught. Not too much he can do on that one, because realistically, there's the whole goal to shoot out. And if you cover one side, I think that's probably enough. So definitely can't blame that on him. I think props really just go to Doughboy with a nice dish. Ball over the top. Good enough clearance. Straight to Spanky. I take it back. That was a great clearance. Wonderful 50 from Mecky Ducky. Good flick. Forcing a clearance from Dr. Aquatic. Doughboy, Mecky Ducky having a bit of a miscommunication. That's leaving space for Spanky, only to get demoed. Spanky's in. It's another touch that he can't follow. Oh, what a pass! And Spanky's there. It looks like this was maybe a backwards backflip out of Dr. Aquatic. What happened? No, I think he got a double jump and just couldn't cut off that angle. And Spanky's right there. 2-2, 19 seconds left. You know what? I'm feeling pretty good about my Game 5 prediction so far. What a horrible, absolutely calamitous defensive mistake here. Bizbo thinks he has it. Spanky feels very, very confident that Bizbo has that one. And Dr. Aquatic actually feeling really, really confident that he doesn't. 15 seconds to go. EC Eternal need a goal, and locals just need to hang on. Up the wall, Mecky Ducky takes a bump. It's a double commit. Another bump coming. The ball cannot touch grass, and it does. Locals take a very, very nervy game one. They had the lead, lost it. Had the lead again, lost it. And third time lucky, taking the lead, and Easter Eternal runs out of time to get that draw back. So really, really good work out of everybody on the field today. Spanky so far hasn't really popped off. We know he's got the talent. He just needs to find himself in this game. Last season on, well, my side, he was a really important part of the squad. So I think he's probably going to be the leader in an Eternal side. I don't want to speak for them. I'm sure, well, hopefully they might do a post-game interview. We'll see. But you would expect Spanky to kind of take the captain position, whether that is, you know, the actual captain's armband or just taking control of the match. Today on this game, it looks like Bizbo's been popping off. Man of the match, even though his side lost. Mecky Ducky, Mecky Ducky, of course, finds himself on the top of his own scoreboard over there. No shockers there. And it looks like we're getting ready for game 2. Hopefully no resets. Hopefully everyone's satisfied with the lobby. If so, I think we're going to get back into it. Same lineups, it looks like. Doughboy, Aquatic, Ducky, Bizbo, Christmas, Spanky. That's right. Okay, so they just said to run it back. There's probably no subs in order for today. We'll see. But I don't think there is anybody available. Ooh, ball in. Doughboy gets an early goal. And you know how difficult it was for them to hang on to a lead, at least in game 1. So you'd expect Eternal to probably find their way back, but they have not had a lead this entire series. The entire series I'm speaking of is really a game in 15 seconds, of course, but you got to play it up, right? Luis noting that Doughboy's playing quite a bit better than he did week 1. I glossed over that just a little bit because it was quite embarrassing. Locals finding themselves with 0 points after a first game. Let's see if I can remember who they actually played in round 1. It was Timber's Army. That's right. They played Timber's Army. Oh, I'm yapping. And Christmas finds the goal to equalize. This is really following the game 1 script. Locals find a way, and Eternal find a way right back. Less than a minute gone. 1 for each. Spanky, who I did note really needs to find his way into the series, is looking to do so on the ball. Takes a little whiff there. No harm, no foul. Christmas sliding across. Doughboy with time. Takes 1. Takes a semi-favorable 50, and Spanky finds the open hole. Not sure that's a great clearance from Ducky. Can't catch up to it. Goes back post. Doughboy just floundering. Dr. Aquatic. Floundering. It's getting there. Bisbo takes a clearance. Dr. Aquatic with 0 takes a 50, and Doughboy's there to clean it up, and we're going ping pong back and forth across the field. Ducky up to take it. Another whiff. Some sloppy mechanics on display. You'd expect them to clean it up a little bit. Bisbo off the wall. Aquatic taking not a great angle, leaving Spanky and Christmas back. Pretty good clearance. You'd expect Mecky Ducky to handle that one pretty calmly. Oh, Bisbo getting involved. You know what? There have not been too many demos. I'll note that right now in my little journal. No demos. Aquatic rotating back around one of the boosts, taking the 50. Bisbo wins it. Can't dish. Spanky. Ambitious play, leaving one back who gets stuffed. And all of a sudden it's scramble time. Christmas whiffing. Doughboy had the angle, couldn't quite find it. Mecky Ducky throws the ball up, goes for the bump. That's exactly what you want to see. Look at this angle he takes. One touch, so it's right in position, follows it, and puts his car in the way, so Spanky just cannot slide across in time to get the save, unless he wanted to die. Spanky up the wall. Let's see some mechs. Stalls on the air dribble just a little bit. Bisbo wins a 50, just barely. Ducky's being patient. Missed touch from Spanky. Bisbo flicked beat 1. 1 1/4. Big stuff from Aquatic. He's empty on boost. Oh, full now. Ball coming around. Doughboy plays it. It is in the danger zone. Mecky Ducky looking to double. Decides to play it safe. Takes to the corner. That might be a smart play just to eliminate the counterattack. Really nice clearance from Mecky Ducky, leading to an opportunity straight away. Oh my gosh, Bisbo's got the angle. Almost finds top corner. Christmas into the middle. He was extremely mechanically gifted last season. We'll see it again. Oh my gosh, whatever is the opposite of the curse of the commentator. Christmas finds the full boost. Nice little play. Doughboy kind of with a you won't stance. And Christmas can. Again, they're following a script. What is this, the NFL? You've got locals getting one. EC Eternal getting one back. Locals finding a second. And then the Eternal side finding their second. So if we're to follow the same script as first game, it's not going to look good for the Eternal side because locals are going to get their second dubski of the night. Missed touch. Isn't too dangerous. It looks like locals had that one covered. Bisbo going long on that cross. Unlucky. Little miscommunication. Spanky beats 1. Misplay from Aquatic. Meki Ducky decides to play it all the way back to his compatriot Doughboy, who loses control just on the very end of the play. Meki Ducky clears a bit vertically instead of horizontally. Oh, mistouch. Oh, it's worse than a mistouch. Oh, no. Bizbo takes the cross up the wall. I'm not sure if that was a great idea. Cleans up his own mistake by just driving one straight into the turf. Oh, Bizbo's up. We just need a second man to come in. Oh my god. Oh no. The comms. Oh, I wish we could hear the comms right now. Great opportunity. We had a double commit, double whiff to end it. And yeah, we did follow the same script. The exact same scoring pattern means the exact same result. Locals take game 2 with, again, Meki Ducky leading the charge. Christmas getting it done, 2 goals for EC Eternal. Couldn't overturn the deficit. It looks like Bizbo and Spanky are trying to get it done. Spanky's grabbing a couple assists this game. Not too many people getting saves, I'll note. 4 saves coming out of Meki Ducky, and just 1 from all of EC Eternal coming from Christmas. So whenever the teams are taking shots, they're expecting that they're just going to go in. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's the way. I'm of the opinion that you take as many shots as you can and force the defense to react instead of trying to force the perfect play. Especially because not everybody in this lobby is, grand champ or high champ. So there are going to be mistakes to be had if you throw in a quality shot or a looping lobber. Those are tough to clear sometimes. So if I had advice, chip them in, hit some hard-driven shots, make the defense react. And this is good advice for either side. But frankly, locals don't need my advice. They've got a stranglehold on this game right now. We're either getting a sweep or the beginning of a reverse sweep. And I'm calling out a game 5, so I'm hoping for the beginning of a reverse sweep. And then game 5, all bets are off. Who knows? Ball's up in the air. Ooh, that looked like an absolute stellar play, possibly. Possibly just ran out of boost at the very end, though. Spanky's trying to keep this play alive. Up the wall. Little backwards to Christmas. Bizbo comes in for the 3rd man. Didn't quite come on. Chip it over Meki Ducky. It's tough to do. It's really, really tough to outplay Meki Ducky. Christmas gets a bump. That's how you outplay somebody. Meki's taking a 50. It was a 50-50-50. But it almost seems like that was a free shot for Eternal if things had just panned out. Bizbo emergency defending. Beats Meki Ducky. Slight touch forward, leaving Christmas to go. He bites on that one. Spanky. Ambitious defending again. Christmas taken to the sky. Let's see those mechs. Doesn't quite come off. Spanky, hey, there you go. If you can't get the ball, get your man. Big 50 from Ducky. Only issue is he's out of boost. Spanky wanted to play that one in, didn't get the purchase on it. Bizbo over the top, wants the 3rd man to follow. What a clinical demo. Dr. Aquatic, mono a mono. Spanky throws it to Aquatic. Christmas to follow, beats one. Meki Ducky anchoring, that's a really solid strategy. Leaving it to Doughboy. What's he want to do on the wall here? Uses some boost. Doesn't get too much done. Oh, big 50 with like 5 boosts from Mecky Ducky. He's been stellar. Halfway gone and no goals. Ball into the corner. Doughboy, really strong clearance. It's awkward. Spanky elects to wait and hey, he gets it back. Takes a 50 without flipping. Oh, that's a good shot, leaving Bisbo back alone. Goes safe off the wall. You love to see it. Mecky Ducky also electing to play it safe. Ball in, open net. Those are the hardest to hit. Bisbo just barely with the, what's the opposite of a worm burner? Just a little doink, really. Yeah. Challenging Mecky Ducky to get back in time. Can't get it done. And for the first time in the series, EC Eternal are on top. They have a lead. Oh, what a 50. Doughboy's back alone. Plays patient, too patient, maybe. The idea was there, all right? Play patient, save some time. It was just a mistouch, and Christmas pounced on that one like a panther. 2-0. Again, another first. The first 2-goal difference of the night. Doughboy off the right wall. Follows. Good play out of him. He rotates around. Takes a bump. Ducky can't get over his man. It's all really in EC Eternal's favor right now. They just need to waste some time, throw some shots off the backboard, don't overcommit. That's fine. Oh, Spanky did not hear the call about not overcommitting. It's fine. Ducky and his side really need to get something going if they want to get the sweep. If they don't want to get the sweep, they're doing just fine. Ducky heading back to his own goal with like 5 boosts, and he still gets it done. Doughboy clears forward. It takes 2 eternal cards to get 1 clearance. Probably not the stats you want to see. Ball in over Spanky. Bisbo elected to play it very, very safely, and that was the right call. Ducky taking it up over his own back wall, beats 1. Dr. Aquatic gets a really nice 50. We've got 5 seconds left. Not sure it's even statistically possible for this one to come back. And I'm right. I'm proved right, whether it was statistically possible or not. EC Eternal break the curse. They break the rhythm of a back and forth game, and they actually find themselves back into it. 2-1 on the series. So, first points for all teams involved. No matter what happens, Eternals walking home or walking away with 1 point. Locals walking away with at least 2 points. So, whether we're getting a reverse sweep or locals lock it down, somebody's got to be at least partially happy, right? You can't be too upset with a point, especially if it's your first game of the season. Actually, sorry, first game in existence. Unless this is a rebranding of EC Blue, which it honestly could be. But there's some new players on this side, so it's almost fair to call this a brand new team. Luis calling Game 5 on the way. I hope so. I hope so. Where's Smashley? Where's the whole Seattle crew? What the heck? Get in here. As fun as it is chatting with Maz and Luis, we need some people to get involved. It's a late one. All right, we've got Game 4 coming your way. Spanky up. Again, he's so ambitious with his defending. I'm not sure that's the right play. Mecky Ducky taking that one in stride. Ball over. Dr. Aquatic finds the right gap off the crossbars. Probably the way to play it. And it definitely is when you have Mecky Ducky following up. 5 seconds gone. And EC Eternal already find themselves down by 1. It took 5 minutes for no goals last game for the locals. And already they're ahead, so something's clearly changed. Whether it was just a momentum shift. Oh my god. I was gonna say, maybe it was a momentum shift or is it pep talk? They might need another pep talk. This is some rough defending. That's some Seattle Sounders backline defending. Just put it in your own net. Ouch. 1-1. Christmas has been getting it done, whether he's just mind controlling the other team to score for him, or he just wants to score. Off the sidewall. What a good play. Finds the angle. Doughboy waiting for Mecky Ducky. Probably had a call him off in in live time. Wow. Dr. Aquatic. I guess I shouldn't be shocked. He's a really quality player. Just comes in, bang, pops it into the corner. Bisbo can't reach it. Sorry, Dr. Aquatic. I'm not surprised. I know you're a good player. I just caught me off guard. Christmas wants to bang that one off the top. Mecky Ducky has a great recovery. Christmas elects to play smart. He is not leaving the play until he's won this. Grab that corner boost. Bisbo's turn. Get in there. Mecky Ducky wins it nicely. Bisbo with a misplay. Spanky forward now. Tries to dish. Doughboy wins that one. Bisbo kicks it back in, and Mecky Ducky's there to clear, and I think break pressure for good. Spanky. I can't make the same calm every single time that he's extremely ambitious, but I just love that he's going for plays that even a lot of grand champs are like, you know what, I'm too scared. He's not scared. That is one thing you cannot call Spanky. He is not a coward. Bisbo, massive, juicy whiff. Ball in. Mecky Ducky's on 0 and just smartly hits it to his own corner and collects the boost. Big dunk out of Christmas. Ducky wants to play smart again over 1 and takes the 50, giving his team time to reset. Ball in from Christmas, takes the boost. Spanky plays it in. Bisbo bites on that one. About half the game left. Oh my gosh, the whiffs are coming out. Bisbo wants the pinch. Ducky just finds that 50 and finds that win on the wall. Doughboy can't take it. 1-on-1. Christmas goes high. Dr. Aquatic misses. And the second man for Eternal was nowhere to be seen. Oh my gosh. Spanky getting involved. Maybe throwing off the periphery there. Ducky with 0 finds a way to get a 50. Oh, just barely reaching it. Spanky was. 2 minutes left. Bisbo. Actually, all 3 Eternals right in the corner there. Spanky 50s it toward his own net, unfortunately for them. Bisbo can't find it. Spanky finds a smart touch to the corner with the follow. Unable to. Christmas loses a 50. Doughboy on the attack. Smelling blood in the water. And it looks like the locals are playing a little bit passive right now. They might just want to hang on to the 2-1 scoreline. Get out of here with all 4 points. Christmas really wanting it. Ball into Aquatic. Ooh, can Ducky find it? Oh, he does. I was nervous for him. Spanky leaving it for Christmas. Off the corner. Oh, a bump on Ducky. That might be the way to go. Again, this has been some really polite Rocket League. Not too many demos at all. Ball in for Spanky. Massive whiff. Juicy. Ducky on 0 is still able to defend and win a 50. What a guy. Oh, bump in. Off that wall. Ooh, doesn't get the corner bounce. Or the wall bounce, or whatever it's called. Post bounce. Ducky misses a flick. That's a rare misplay from him. Spanky. Oh, the demo is actually favorable. I was going to say. The only way he was able to get back was the fact he was dead. Oh, ball in. Doesn't quite get that nice double tap. Another slight miscommunication. 2 going from EC. Eternal. 1 second left. Ducky just wants to hit it into the turf. Smart play. Veteran play. They're ready on the wall. He says, oh, there's some green. Bonk. Well played from locals. You've got Mecky Ducky taking man of the match for his side all 3 times. He is consistent, if nothing else. Unrelenting. Christmas getting another goal. He's been really solid in this series, at least on the positive offensive side of the ball, getting goals. As for defense, they were a bit leaky, at least maybe with Mecky Ducky, but if you're giving up goals to Mecky Ducky, are you really a leaky defense, or is that just a quality offensive player? We'll see if there's any interviews incoming. I'm not sure if Eternal want to stick around and do first interview of the season for them. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, that was a great game. Locals end up taking it. All 3 of their wins were by 1 goal. So if this is going to be a series decided by goal difference, or sorry, like an entire season, they're probably going to want to score some more goals and defend some better plays. But realistically, 4 points a night, 4 points a week, can't do too much better. We're still waiting on confirmation for any interviews. It's late. We might just want to go to bed, and that's totally fair. But if not, we might have Ducky coming in. That is Mecky Ducky, or Mechanical Duckling, or whatever he's going by these days. Eternal, we'll see. We'll see if Eternal wants to hop in. And that's all right. There he is. Hello, welcome into the booth, Mecky Ducky. How are you doing?
Yo, what's up? I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
You know what? I'm doing fine. I wish it was guys, but it's me. It's just me, singular. My throat's already burning, so I'm excited to have somebody else in here. I was watching the games, as you do, as a commentator, and I was noticing that you got man of the match, at least for your side, in, I think, every single game. So did it feel like that when you were playing, or did it kind of seem like you were more of a unit? Just wondering, like, did it actually, in your mind, seem like, yes, I am the best player on the field right now?
Well, I think one of them was because I stole Aquatic's goal, so maybe not every single match, but like I think that game too, I stole his goal. Might have pushed me over the points, but I'll take it.
Yeah, no, as you should. And I was following a rhythm with the goals. So first game, it was your side, other side, right? So it was locals score first, Eternals follow up. Locals score, Eternals follow up. And then finally, locals take it, and then not enough time on the clock for Eternal to catch up. So it ended 3-2. And then the exact same pattern repeats in game 2. What's going on there? It was the exact same pattern.
Yeah, no, it's weird. I don't know if it's like a mental thing, but like we're just not I don't know, we don't get tilted when the equalizer comes, especially our play style, just like we're playing defensively the whole time, so it's like as long as we're not down, it feels like we're never like out of it. I don't know how to say it, but as long as we're level or winning, like we're just gonna play our style. So
Yeah. I mean, I suppose the only time that Eternals, I think, unless it happened in Game 4, the only time the Eternals side ever had a lead was the game that they won. Other than that, I think you guys kind of had, foot right on the net, just holding them down, basically waterboarding them, never letting them get ahead on the scoreboard. So is that mental fortitude from your side, or is that maybe an inexperience coming out from the Eternal side?
no, I think it's more fortitude. Although is his name Bisbo, right?
Yep, Bisbo.
I don't think I've seen him play before. Is he new?
He's new to this league. He used to play in a different league, so we've seen him around the block, but this is his first time getting some full-blooded SGL.
Like, was he Cascadia League, I assume? Or?
Yes, yeah, he was in the Cascadia League.
Okay, yeah. But he played really well. He was very threatening on the offense, so I was always looking out for him. But I think a lot of tonight what happened was we were just pouncing on some defensive mistakes, and like I think there were a couple pretty big whiffs. Like the OT winner I think was a pretty big whiff, and we were able to capitalize on that.
Yeah. I mean, congratulations on the win last week. Not really going the way you want. I just want to ask quick question on that one. So what is, and the game I'm talking about, of course, is against the Timbers. Was that a case of you guys underperforming, or just kind of coming up against a side that you weren't prepared for?
We weren't really prepared, honestly, and they brought in I forgot his name, but whoever his name is, I wasn't.
Raygun, I think it was.
Raygun? Okay.
No,
Yeah, but that guy was crazy too, and he's like definitely increased the level of that team significantly. Like, I mean, we almost got perfect. Yes. We almost got perfect swept. So I was like, that was a little disappointing. I wanted it to be a little closer, but yeah, their level has increased significantly, so it's tough.
Yeah, it's exciting to welcome some really talented players into the league. We're probably going to see him again tomorrow night if the game gets scheduled, just as a quick sneak peek. And then looking ahead next week, it's going to be a really tough matchup for your team. Do you know who you guys are playing?
No, actually.
Trick question. You guys are on a bye.
So. Okay, I was actually, I was about to say, like, I thought we were on a bye.
Yeah. There's a bye next week. And then week 4, of course, you've got ECRC, whoever those guys are, be squaring up against them. So ones to look forward to.
That's you, isn't it?
That's me.
Wait, but so it's Gojo, you, and then who's the
so
third?
it's Gojo, myself, and Smashly returning from last season, and then we added Howling Moon.
Okay.
And Spanky's, of course, moved over to Eternal.
I see.
Yep.
That's who I was missing. Okay, that should be a fun one. That was a good series last season as well, so
yeah, so that's the next time we'll see you in action, so that's exciting. But yeah, that's all the questions we got tonight, and I'm gonna roll right on. So if you've got
one thing I want to say, it's just like this season, I think because of the fact that it's uppers and we have a premier and a championship, right?
Yep.
It just feels like every game's gonna be extremely sweaty, so I'm ready for that. Yeah.
I was thinking that, but we still haven't gotten to a game 5 in any series yet.
Really?
Yeah, it's all been 3-0s or 3-1. I was hoping today would be the day, but you guys took care of business there in game 4. But honestly, congratulations. So anyway, give us shout outs if you want. Tell us what team you're supporting, because sometimes I even forget who the locals are.
Well, we are SDFC, but it's a little weird. But I don't want to go into detail. But
Got it. It's like a
I
bad
still
break.
wish it was the locals. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
In any case, yeah, shout out to KJ and Aquatic, of course. Hopefully we can have Raid. He has been, God, I forgot the last time he played. I don't think he played last season at all. So like, it's gonna be, I mean, I don't think he said he hit a clip too. He like shared a clip with us, and we were all excited that he'd be able to play with us. But so far, his availability's been pretty bad. But I'm hoping we can get him in.
Yeah, he's a fun one. I miss seeing him at least in the league or even around on Tourney Tuesdays. Shout out. But yeah, let's clip this and send it to Raid. Raid, get some availability. All right, I feel confident.
There we go. Thank you. Now he's gonna join for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much. By the way, and is it Mecky Ducky, Mechanical Duckling? What's your official name now?
Now it's I thought I switched it back to Mecky Ducky on Steam, but I guess not. But
Okay.
So Mecky Ducky.
Mecky Ducky. Got it. Okay.
Yeah,
Mecky Ducky it is. Well, thank you. I'm gonna slide you out of here. Thank you, Mecky Ducky. It is possible. It's actually possible we'll get a Spanky. He said he's willing. We'll see. We'll see if we have time. It's late in the night. If Spanky doesn't get in here, we're gonna move on.
Alrighty. Thanks for casting,
Thank you.
and thanks Maz for hosting. Alrighty, I will catch you in 2 weeks, not next week.
Yeah. I'll see you in a bit.
See you.
All right, take care. All right, let's see if we can get Spanky in here. Oh, he's waiting in public one. Oh, let's go. It's Spanky.
Hey!
There you are. Oh my gosh. It's a late one. How are
It is
you
a late
doing? It's you've got your first point of the season. How do you feel?
We feel good. I mean, it's good to start things out, getting a new team up there and seeing how we fare in the first game. So we're having fun.
How did you feel? How's the new team doing? How's the new car smell?
I've had to change cars out a few times. Some are getting pretty nasty from the children. So it's I think it's going to be good. I have confidence in the teammates. Obviously, with any new venture, you have to feel things out for a bit, but I like how we're showing up so far.
Yeah, I mean, it was an exciting match. I was expecting this one to go all the way to game 5. I know Luis was calling it out in chat. It didn't happen, but did you believe that it could?
Oh, absolutely. There wasn't ever a point. I mean, we knew with our warm-ups and with our competitive and the stuff we've been doing the last week that we can find the vibe. So we had to get into the first match, and losing one was just like, whatever. Learning. And then the rest of them, we just, found our vernacular, found our funny and our enjoying, and started to put stuff in. So it feels like we are at the bottom of the mountain. We've got a lot of height we can climb this season.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting analogy. It's always tough starting out week 1 with a bye. Does that work in your favor or maybe against you guys? What do you think?
I think it worked in our favor. I mean, we scouted. We tried to make sure we watched or caught highlights of all of the matches last week, so we got a good sense of how people were running, at least coming out of last week. So it was nice to sit and just kind of breathe and let the season start without us. And then we used the week to connect and start the jam.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting idea. The fact that you guys actually sat down and watched tape. Was there any team, or even any player in particular, that stood out as someone that you actually might need to spend some time preparing for?
I'll be honest, no, but that's because I always think week one is a little bit of a gimme, across the board. Most people coming in, however they come in, they've prepared one way, and then you get in with the team, and the team brings something different, or nerves, or whatever. I mean, week one is just kind of a throwaway. So even with locals, what they played last week is not what they brought this week, So we watched ECRC, and having been there last season, I went, this is not typical, so take everything with a grain of salt, and then just figure out what are the major things that were causing points to go in against teams, and see if we can work on tightening that up so we don't have that problem. I think, as Meki said, I think that was probably our number one things. We just had some defensive misses that they capitalized because Meki's quick, and the two boys behind him know how to back him up. So.
Yeah, they have a solid squad for sure. I noticed. Oh my gosh, I just want to call out. This was a heartbreaker, and I'm sure you're already thinking of the play, but
Yeah.
it was a 0 second. I think it was an overtime goal, double commit, and then going the other way, get scored on.
Yep.
Walk me through the emotional roller coaster involved in that play.
Not much of an emotional roller coaster. I mean, I took that one as soon as it happened. I called it. I went, that was on me. And I think that was, in overtime we had locked in. And all it takes is one moment when you're locked in, when there's just a little miscommunication or something. And so I was excited, and I pushed, and, that was on me. So, it was just like, oh, well, okay.
Yeah, that's probably a healthy way of looking at it. It's not too serious. Brush it off. It's not a game series. It's not a series loser. And
we're not in game 13, 14 of the season, right? We're not looking down the barrel of being done. So I would much rather come in on week one and make some of these mistakes and be able to hear, like Meki Ducky saying, what they found, the holes they found, so then we can plug them for next week.
Yeah. And then, you know what, before we get out of here, my last question to you is, this is the end. We're looking at week 14. You guys have played 14 weeks, give or take a couple of buys of Rocket League. Where is your goal of finishing? If you finish first, of course, that's everybody's goal. But realistically, where on the table do you finish and you're like, yeah, that was a successful season for us?
We have not talked about it, which I think is a great place for us to be. We want to find our vibe. I think the unsaid thing is that all three of us feel like we can compete. I think looking at the Premier League, I think there is a lot of parity. I think this is going to be, like Meki Ducky said, a sweaty season for all 7 of us. I think it could go any way. So we would love to be in the top. I think we can, and I think the believing it and doing the smart work week in and week out is going to get us there.
Christmas calling out that you guys are going to finish above ECRC. I love it. We're going to get a chance next week, so we'll have an opportunity straight away. I think that's all the questions I've got coming my way, but if you want to give some shout outs or whatever, I think the floor is yours.
I always want to start off every season with a shout out to the admin and people setting it up. I got 3 kids and I'm working my ass off. So to be able to just kind of plug into something like this where things are oiled and, I just really appreciate all the work that goes in on the back end of things. I also appreciate Doughboy. I think he deserves a huge shout out for, making everything even prettier. It just feels like SGL is growing up every season. Of course, I want to give it to all of the EC team and family. I feel like even though we got 3 teams fighting in different places, we always got each other's back. And my teammates. I think Bisbo and Christmas and I are going to have a lot of fun. We got Funk and Huskies, available, and I think they're solid too. So I'm just looking forward to a long, fun run when we throw the tournament in there to everybody. So GG's to everybody now and in the future.
Yeah, well said. Thank you, Spanky.
Thank you much.
Yeah, thank you. Well, I'm going to get you out of here, and then we're going to look at the tables real quick before you wrap up stream. I know it's a late one for everybody tonight. Thanks for sticking with us as we zip on over. We'll check the standings, and then I think we've got schedule coming after that. Okay, standings. El Matador, of course, sitting on top. Still Timbers Army, KC Cauldron. That's not going to change because they have only played one game. The Locals playing 2 games, coming in on 4th place right now, slipping in ahead of the Eternal side in 5th. Well, I guess tied for 5th with ECRC and then Rebellion sitting in the lowly last place spot, sharing 0 points with Axe and Rose SC, but not for long. As Spanky and Mecky Ducky called out, it's a League of Parity. We're going to get some points for just about everybody. Yeah, so I'm expecting this to be a really, really tight competition for everybody involved. Moving ahead, we've got the schedule. There we go. Okay. EC Eternal today losing to the Locals, or the Locals taking it 3-1 against EC Eternal, depending on your outlook. KC Cauldron and Rebellion. Ooh, it's already scheduled for Friday at 9 Eastern time. Timbers Army and ECRC playing probably tomorrow. We're looking at getting that one scheduled for, what is it, 8:30 Mountain, so 10:30 Eastern, possibly. It's not locked in yet, but keep your eye out. And then on our championship side of things, Los Verdes gunning down EM Big Dogs 3-1. Steel Army gunning down EC Defiance 3-1. 3-1's a familiar scoreline right now. And then Axe and Rose SC up against Black and Gold Old Timers on Thursday at 10:15 Eastern, looking to find their first points of the season. It's only week 2, so bear that in mind. No embarrassments, not yet. Not until we get to like week 4, then we can really start picking on people. All right, so those are some games coming up. I'm not sure how many of these are going to be streamed. I'm hoping as many as possible, but we'll definitely see. So that's going to be it from everybody on the crew tonight, which is just Maz and myself. We appreciate you. Thanks for sticking around in chat. Any matchup with a Twitch logo will be streamed. So there you go. If it's got a Twitch logo, it's got a stream. But thanks for sticking with us. And a very exciting EC Eternal debut versus Locals getting first points of the season. We'll be back soon with another stream. Take care.